still not 100% sure either of going at who's that PokeTuber or what was the other one I had? The Poke Network.
Poke Network.
Which,
Poke Network, yep.
I think we're going to go stick with the who's that PokeTuber. It just seems like it's a little bit more people will click on that type of thing.
Yeah, that would be cool. Who's that PokeTuber?
Welcome back to TCG Battles. Rick here, chilling with Matt.
What's up?
In today's segment, we have a new type of video. It's called Who's That PokeTuber? And our very first guest is 5-Pack Magic. Hey, Jarid.
What up?
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me on. This is amazing.
Man, yeah, thanks for being on, man.
Yeah, definitely. It was his initiative. He reached out to me, so it was all really everyone wanting to get this done. So it's really an amazing project that hopefully it comes out as well as we're hoping.
I think it will.
Oh, it'll be amazing. It'll be amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Jared, do you want to go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Man, where to start? I guess I'll start with 5-Pack Magic. Believe it or not, it was me. I was in this Facebook group, and these new tins came out, and the Facebook group, it was in Arkansas, and it was just a very competitive Facebook group. Everyone bragging about who can get the product first. There was never anything on the shelves. People were scared to post pictures of restocks because, scalpers would come in and buy it all. So there's this new product that just came out, and everyone was like, what's in it? What's in it? And I was playing around with the idea of starting a YouTube channel in my head. And I was like, you know what? Let's just do this. Let's just prop up a camera and do this. And so I took my cell phone and I taped it to the visor in my car and hit record. And I was like, what am I going to call this channel? And the tin had 5 packs in it. And I was like, let's call it 5-Pack Magic, because you always do, all right, guys, let's have some last pack magic here.
Yeah.
And I was like, people buy booster boxes and booster boxes. I can't do that. I'm a real world collector. I have a job. I have a family.
Yeah.
I can't afford that. And so 5-Pack Magic was born in my car during work hours and in the parking lot with my cell phone taped to the visor.
Oh, that's awesome. You started in your car. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's funny. I look back on those videos sometimes and I'm like, man, I've come a far way.
It's super dope. Yeah, I feel like that's probably one of the toughest parts about starting a YouTube channel is getting that name. But sometimes when they come to you like that, it's always like, all right, that was supposed to be that.
I think it's a battle because we either spend too much time on a name, and at one point, eventually, you never find the perfect name. You just eventually go, screw it. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I contemplated on our name for so long, and then finally something stuck, and then I ended up changing it again just slightly, shortening it a bit, but you never know. You might change it.
Yeah, exactly. I love the name now, it because... with my mission and what I want the future of the channel to be, it still lines up with everything. So I'm really happy.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
So what pays the Poke bills at the current moment?
Water break. These allergies are killing me. So right now, a little bit of a story, I guess. So I moved from Arkansas, which a lot of people know that. I was in Arkansas for 7, 8, 10 years, something like that. And when I moved to Massachusetts, my previous work history was commission sales and management, and I really didn't want to do it anymore. So I actually didn't work for 3 months, which gave me a lot of time to focus on the channel, which I absolutely love that I got that opportunity. But then eventually, I had to work. So actually, believe it or not, I applied at a lot of places and could not even get an interview. Which was frustrating. So I ended up getting a job at Lowe's, the home improvement store. So right now I run the windows and door department for my local Lowe's.
Alrighty.
Sweet. I shop at Lowe's all the time.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's funny, too, because, for my channel, I'm all about health and fitness and stuff like that. And those windows and doors are heavy. And I make the joke with the manager all the time. I'm like, did you hire me because I'm the only one that can like lift this stuff?
No need for a gym membership.
Man, I've been going to the gym less since I've been working. I can admit that.
Nice.
Nice.
That's cool.
So, what do you feel like was your first Pokemon memory that you had? Was it, watching the movies, the cartoon, TCG? What was it that brought you into the Pokemon world?
It's kind of a hard answer in the sense because I was young. I was the target audience for Pokemon, right? When Pokemon came out, they're like, "This is who we're selling it to," and it was a picture of me. And so between the Game Boy game, so I grew up with my cousin Thomas, which he's down in West Virginia. He pops into my channel once in a while with comments, but
Cool.
we grew up together, and I remember us both having Game Boys, and one had red, one had blue. I remember us going to the Pokemon movie in theaters. I remember watching the show.
Nice.
I remember collecting the cards. I remember when the cards first came out, and it wasn't like you're going to Walmart and Target to buy these cards. Maybe you were, but I don't remember that. I would say it didn't. But you'd be driving by and you'd see this collectible store, and it would have that Pokemon sign in the window, and you're like,
KB
excited.
Toys back in the day. KB
Yeah.
Toys.
See, I think KB Toys came afterwards. There was like this local card shop that had a Pokemon sign, and I can still vaguely remember it walking in the glass case and the booster rack on the side. I didn't get first edition. I didn't get Shadowless. I got unlimited. That's when I first started getting into Pokemon.
Same here.
And actually it was towards the end because what came out next? Was it Fossil or Jungle?
I think it was one of the two though for sure. But I forget which
Fossil
one.
then Jungle.
Yeah.
I want to say, yeah.
Fossil then Jungle.
That feels familiar because I remember seeing like, oh, we're out of these, but we just got the new Fossil set in, which I got first editions of. And so all that big blur of things, playing it on the Game Boy and going to the card shop and the cards there for the first time. There was a Charizard up on the wall that they were selling for $100.
Oh, man.
Yeah, all that in my childhood.
Oh, nice.
That sounds pretty familiar, honestly. I feel like we're around the same
Yeah.
age. How old are you, if you don't mind that? Yeah, asking.
I'm 36.
Okay, yeah. See, I'm about to be 35, so yeah.
Yeah, I just turned
Yeah.
35
Yeah,
myself.
'cause
so.
as you're explaining everything, I'm like, yeah, man, that's
It's
the same thing.
exactly
the
same
With
experience
red and blue, going to the
Yep.
movies, getting our ancient muse, and yeah, just
So if
Yep.
you don't mind me
Oh.
asking, what happened to your collection?
oh,
Nope.
nice. There we go. I don't even know if I
So-
have mine.
So when we went to the movies, they gave me 2 Ancient Mews, and so I opened one, and I have one sealed, which I think is sitting in a box over there.
Oh, that's dope. Hell yeah. I think I had one sealed too, but I don't even know where it's at. I think I might have given it away to my niece or something before the
Yeah.
whole resurgence of Pokemon.
You still have your Charizard, though. Matt has an
Yeah.
unlimited Charizard.
Yeah, I bought that from a card shop. Gave up a bunch for it. Gave a Venusaur. I forget a bunch of other hollows, and then I think I gave him like $20 too. But yeah, I love that card.
Yeah, I don't know where my original collection, but at some point they got into some plastic case. Dude, I remember this. Like, I got out of Pokemon for a bit, and then we tried having a tag sale one day, and I had a whole case full of base set, jungle, and fossil cards that I was trying to get $20 for, and nobody would even pay it.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Yep. I still have the case with Scotch tape on it that says $20, and
Oh,
I'm like, well,
man.
man, now I'm glad I have it.
Yeah, definitely. Collectors pay so much money for that case now.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So I know you told us you got your YouTube channel started in your car, but what was that first step that kind of made you say, I want to keep doing this?
Oh man, keep doing it. I want to say the support is always what keeps you doing it. but you cannot depend on that at all.
Yeah, trust me. Yeah, I understand that because I see a lot of people start up very strong and then out of nowhere they just stop. So that's why I kind of wanted to see where your feelings were on this because you have continued pretty much. I think you started around the same time I did. About a little bit more than a year ago, and there's not that many people that I know that are still doing it. You're one of the very few that I was like, okay, he's continued to do it and grind at it, which is kind of good. So what made you want to keep doing it is kind of what I want to see what your point of view is.
So for me, it was about a year ago. We might be like right at a year. We might be like a year and 1 month or something like that. But for me, I made the decision that this is going to be my future. One day, I want to do this full time. I want to entertain. I want to, and this might be a further question, so I won't go deeper into it. But I made that decision in my head that this is my future. And I treat it like a business. I'm showing up to work. I have to put out a video. And my family is used to me saying that kind of stuff. Like, I need to put out a video. I need to record. I need to go do this. I need to go do that. I have thought about this channel, this 5-Pack Magic. I've thought about 5-Pack Magic every day for the past year and a month. I took a mental week off because I did get burnt out from it. But other than that, I think about it every single day because I want it to be my future. I have like such high hopes for this and bringing positivity to kids and the community. And
I see in your videos that you take your own bulk and stuff and you leave it at card shops for kids and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's actually, while we were getting all set up, I was sorting my bulk on the floor over here because I need to make sure that there's a couple of hits in every one, whether it be a hollow or a V or something really cool and a good variety. And I'm lucky enough that I have a mechanic shop that hands them out to kids when they come in. The family comes in to have their car worked on and little kids just sitting there miserable. Well, now they get a pack of Pokemon cards to open up and they have a little bit of a good time. And yes, it promotes my channel, so maybe they'll watch it and enjoy it and subscribe, and so it benefits everybody.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, to circle back around, I think about this every day. I have high goals. I treat it like a business. I don't treat it like a hobby because I want it to be successful. I have so much more in my mind that I need to bring to light and let everybody see.
That's awesome. So this question was actually something that Matt brought up and he threw into the mix was, it's going to be a 3-parter kind of. I added a little bit to Matt's question. If you were to start with one of the original starters, which one would it be? And then my add-on onto that was, if you could choose any Pokemon, and then if you could, any Pokemon, like legendary, whatever, what would you start it off with? So it's a 2-parter. Sorry about that.
Man, I get asked these kind of questions all the time, and I mentally shut down. Do you realize how many Pokemon there are?
I know.
I have a poster here that has 698 or 968, something like that. I'm a little dyslexic.
Yep. That's why I try to only think of Gen 1. Like, every time I open up a pack and there's Wizards of the Coast cards in it, Gen 1s, I'm like, oh yeah, here we go.
All right.
So if I'm going to choose a starter, it's going to be Gen 1. And I think I'm going to have to choose Bulbasaur because that was my original starter as a kid. My Game Boy, I chose Bulbasaur, being a Venusaur fan. Plus, I love being outdoors in nature. Nice. So the whole thing just makes sense to me. Awesome. And then the second part is if I could have any Pokemon. Is that the question?
Yep, any Pokemon to start off with.
Tough. I know, it's tough.
right?
It's a tough. I mean, it was hard when we were answering it to ourselves. We were just like, oh.
I'm like, looking at cards in the background, and I'm like,
saying, And would you get the shiny variant of that Pokemon?
Oh my god!
More questions that I know.
I don't know. I'm gonna say an answer that I'm not committed to, but I'm gonna have to go with like Gyarados or something.
Nice.
I know that might seem really basic, but I'm a huge water fan, and Gyarados has the best rags to riches story ever, right?
True.
Magical turning into Gyarados, like you could not look at that and be like, no, that's not your childhood picture. That's not you.
Exactly.
That's good.
And I think of one of the original movies where Ash is riding on Gyarados, and I believe I'm remembering it right. Is he on Gyarados and he goes out to the island where Mewtwo is and all that other stuff?
Something like
Or
that.
was he on-
Yeah. I know there's Lapras, but I think there was a bunch of Gyarados in the water too with him.
Yeah, maybe it was Lapras he was on. And
Yeah.
Either way, I was trying to be cool. It didn't work.
It's all good.
But that was a hard question. That was
Yeah,
the hardest,
definitely.
that
I
was
was
the hardest
like,
question of the night.
Alrighty. So many good questions and so many great answers. So I know you know a little bit of the questions we had lined up. Where do you think your channel's going? Are you branching outside of YouTube? Are you going to make like a online store, maybe a local store in your town? What are you thinking?
So where is it going to go? Who knows?
Yep.
My hopes are to have a store, but not just a Pokemon store. I've always wanted to have an arcade. I wanted to have
nice.
a place that kids can go to that is affordable, fun, and safe. And with the Pokemon journey, it kind of has blended together to this vision of a Pokemon museum slash store slash just fun hangout place. Not to, how do I want to say this? There's card stores I've been to and they just don't feel inviting in a sense. It doesn't feel like the place, do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So I take those as an example and I think in my head like, man, how could I make this better? And I just picture somewhere that like a kid would walk into and just be amazed looking around at all the stuff, which gives it like that museum kind of a feel. Yeah. But then there's collectibles and the cards, and they can sit down nice and comfy and hang out with friends. Like they'd want to meet there with friends after school and stuff like that. And that's one big dream that I have. And it does, I'll try and not make it a long answer because it branches out from there. I want to continue to do YouTube. Yeah. I want to entertain. I don't know. Have y'all heard that like Netflix might be doing a live action Pokemon series?
Oh yeah, I did hear about that. Yeah.
I only heard what Matt told me. Yeah, but a little bit.
Yeah. I want to be in it. Like I want to.
Yeah, man. I can see that,
dude. Like, yeah, like I'll be a trainer. Like, let me be in like one episode. I get defeated. It goes horrible. I don't care. Like
that'd be awesome.
I want to be in it. I want to entertain. I want to continue to do YouTube. I'm also on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I'm across all platforms. All of them are 5-Pack Magic. Nice. I want to have the store. Yeah, there's a lot to try and unfold into a 1-minute answer.
No, that's cool.
But you can kind of see. You can kind of see the brain is like exploding.
Yeah, no, it's inspiring. That's pretty.
We might have to, do a follow-up video on where is he now type deal in the near future.
Hey, I would love it.
Skills, let's do it. That's cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That's kind of like my thing. And then I also hope with promoting healthiness and exercise that if Pokemon ever wants to have like a health line in some sort, that I would be involved in it and help to extend their message and maybe be affiliated with Pokemon, one arm of Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
So a lot going on.
So do you have any questions locked up for us? Lined up for us?
I was thinking about different questions. Pretty much everything you're asking me. One question I have is what's that big Game Boy Color Pokemon sign behind you? That thing looks pretty cool.
This is actually kind of like a flag type thing. I got it for my birthday from my sister. My younger sister bought it for me. So So definitely added it to the wall. It was one of the earlier games that I had as well. So I was like, I definitely love Lugia. So
Nice, very nice. Yeah, I like all the decor, and we're starting to expand here with the studio. And um, you know, it's so funny. I'm thinking like when I first did the studio, for some reason I did everything in black, and I was like, yeah, black is it. And I had black walls, dark everything, and I'm recording and I'm watching the videos. I'm like, God, why is everything so dark?
Yeah.
I think a lot of us guys think that way, that we want the darker,
Yeah, dark
yeah.
contrast.
Yeah. So now I got everything white. It's just clean looking. Maybe you've seen where I started expanding to my new intro area, which is not.
I know it's over to the side. I know you point straight when you're at your desk in the little intro area. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's not what I have in my head, but working on a budget, it's kind of like the beginning.
Yeah.
Man, I could tell you like. There's a lot of ideas that I've had with this channel that I've either done, have failed, and nobody remembers them, or I haven't done them yet. Like I guess I have one idea. I'll share it. So there is a character for my channel that I'm working on. And I guess the reason I'm saying it out loud is to force myself, hold myself accountable. I said it on camera. Now it might have to come. So there's a character for my channel called Professor Aloe, and he is going to be a person that helps me. There's a lab coat, there's glasses, there's name badge, there's a table with microscope and test tubes and all this stuff. It's going to be set up with a green screen. There's going to be like you're in a laboratory. Yep. And Professor Aloe is going to help me when new product comes out, analyzing the data and what is this and different things like that, so like I got so many crazy ideas, and there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of ideas. Yeah, it's I want it to be kid friendly as always, but I know my audience ranges from that 18 to 34 range, so I also want to make sure it's not too childish that my audience isn't entertained. So nice. I'm hoping Professor Aloe got recorded once but never got uploaded to YouTube. I was like, no, we're not
it's not ready. It's not ready at the moment.
Just seeing how many times Rick recorded a video and they weren't ready.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I started. Is I recorded, well, first I didn't even record at all, and then Matt's like, you should start recording these. And then after maybe a week or two, I was like, yeah, that's the one. That's the video that I feel confident putting up.
I record everything I open. Since day one of 5-Pack Magic, every single pack I've opened has been recorded.
Nice.
Doesn't mean they all made it to YouTube. No, but every single pack it's been a little frustrating sometimes, because sometimes I'm like, man, I just want to chill and open up a pack, which that's where my Lunch Pack Magic series has really come into play, when I want to just chill and open up a pack. I'm not talking. I just prop up the camera, open up my pack, enjoy it. I don't have to talk. And but every single pack has been recorded since day one.
Nice.
That's awesome.
It's a lot.
Super cool. Yeah, but you got that whole journey recorded and captured somewhere. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, and that's kind of more of the future. You say the journey and the collecting, that is more of the future of 5-Pack Magic. I feel like I got a little bit away from it. I took, maybe about a week ago, I took some time to think about things and the future of the channel and what I want to stay true to. And that would be one advice I give to people is, stay true to yourself. I got influenced by somebody saying you have to give your audience what they want. And so that really stuck in my head for a while, of giving my audience what they want. But then I thought a little bit about, I got to enjoy this. Like, what did I really start 5-Pack Magic for? And it was to record and share my collecting journey. And you'll start to see, and you've already started to see me talk about real world collectors. I'm a real world collector. I have a job. I have a family. I can't buy $500 worth of product and get a complete master set, which is why in my last series, Astral Radiance being brand new, I've come up with my my personal chase card list, 20 cards that I would absolutely love to have. It's more real world and realistic, and that's what I'm going to continue with the channel. You know, when new product comes out, I'm going to get it, I'm going to review it, but I'm not going to be opening up booster boxes upon booster boxes. It's just too crazy. But more real world collecting and more trading. I'm starting to share my actual collecting experiences. Like right now, me and Matthew from Arkansas, he made an appearance on one of my episodes that we're in the middle of one of the biggest trades I've ever done, which might be small to some people, but it's roughly about a $200 value trade. I don't trade my stuff. I don't sell my stuff. It's mine. I want to keep it. But I started to say, you know what, let's break out of our comfort zone. And I put my rated cards and my alternate artwork cards on a table and, you know, said, hey, what do you want? And he picked out Sylveon VMAX alt art and Glaceon VMAX alt art. And I'm like, ooh, that hurts, but okay, you know what? Let's just do this. Let's do this. Let's come up with a trade. And so I've been vlogging that experience as well and sneaking that into my openings.
Oh,
and
nice.
That's kind of where my my new intro areas come into play, because I want to talk a little bit about my personal collecting experiences right before we get into opening. We're still going to be opening a lot of stuff as much as possible. But I just want to share what's going on in my personal collecting experience, and you know, maybe that'll make someone else feel more comfortable about making a trade. Or I talked about how to mail out the stuff to people to make sure it gets there safe, and you know, I try to make sure it's all educational, really tailored towards kids when it becomes educational about, you know,
you don't know how many videos I probably looked up when I was shipping my first, you know, cards out to someone. I was like, okay, you want something. I looked up maybe like 5-6 videos like how to package cards properly, because I was just scared that something was going to happen. So it's very valuable information.
Yeah, and I just, you know, there's always new collectors coming into the game, and I am highly involved in all my Facebook groups, and when I see somebody that I think, I'm going to assume that they're new into the collecting world, and they ask a question, they sometimes get attacked, and I'm like, no, that's not cool. Like, this guy's brand new, or this girl's brand new. Like, they don't know. Like, let's help them out, you know? And so I really, when I'm sharing that information, it might seem amateurish or childish, but the audience has to remember that there are kids that are watching, that this is their first time getting into Pokemon or first time trading, and they need to learn.
Yeah, definitely. Perfect mindset.
Everyone was like, how long are you guys going to be recording for? I was like, over an hour probably. we talk a lot.
Yeah, seriously.
No, this has been awesome. I absolutely love that we got together and was able to make it work out, because if it didn't happen, I'm going to be gone like next weekend as well for work. So be gone for another week. So it would have, you know, been pushed.
It was one of those things, as you can tell, I'm always trying to think about, like, what am I going to do next? What am I going to do to keep things fresh? And podcast has popped into my head multiple times, and I'm like, that's too big. I can't add that to my plate. It's too much. Yeah. And then I watch your guys' episode, and I'm watching the camera, like, click between different people in conversation. I'm like, oh my God, they're doing it. They're doing the podcast I've been thinking about. And I'm like, I need to get on it. I need to do it. And I was like so forceful. I was like, I want to do this. How do we do this? Can we do it tonight? Vibes. Can we test tonight? Like, how many times have I texted you, like, are we doing it? Are we doing it? Are we doing it?
No, that's good. Yeah, because you getting on me, then I talk to Matt, and then he gets excited about it. So
the podcast thing is huge for me. At the beginning of like the whole COVID thing, I kind of just like found them, and it was mostly comedy podcasts. And it just kind of spiraled from there. And then I was like, I kind of want to do one. Started buying up equipment, and then the whole Pokemon thing came in, and I was just like, well, let's just like work on this channel, and then I can slowly integrate, that style into it. And I don't know, I just wanted it to be different, just like what you're saying, trying to do something different and trying to, I don't know, just be different basically. And integrate the two worlds, and I think it's came out pretty good so far, but still some
Yeah, I
work to
think it's
do.
pretty awesome.
Appreciate it.
You know, there's, there'll always be stuff to talk about too. Pokemon has not been like new product coming out constantly, and then you got new Japanese sets coming out. Like,
All the
what's the
time.
Japanese set out right now? Something Shadow or something?
Oh man, I don't even know. Because the Pokemon Go set is coming out in 2 weeks in Japan.
That looks pretty
Jeez.
cool too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
so
Radiance.
Yeah, there's just constantly stuff to talk about. So yeah, it's a good idea. I think trying to set up like a little format podcast type style would be cool. And but like with
Yeah,
the full Pokemon kind of as the main topic and bringing guests on like this. But yeah, I feel like this is kind of just like the beginning of it. We can test it out with this and see what try different things and then go from there.
Always got to start somewhere. I can say, like, when new product comes out, it can be fun to talk about, or when it starts to be talked about before it even comes out.
Exactly.
Hey, what do you think about the new Pokemon Go set? And then you can put, leaked pictures up on camera and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. And it's kind of like what we do anyways, but we just don't have the cameras running when we do it.
yeah.
So I figure it's a good idea to record that too.
Yeah.
Always be recording.
Oh, man. Yeah, and honestly, like, this is a lot of fun. And if you guys ever want me in on one again, let me know.
Oh yeah, dude, definitely.
The only downfall for me is my studio is like 30 minutes from my house, so it's not like I can like go in the other room and be like, hey, yeah, we're gonna do this thing, which I will make anything work so we can all grow and be absolutely huge. But yeah, definitely, I'd love this. This is fun.
Sweet, man. Well,
So you got any other questions?
I wanted to ask what his like most memorable hit was.
Oh, there we
I've
go.
watched Rick just open cards and just watch him just like lose his mind, and I just like I want to know like if you can't pick one, just like a really good one that you feel like that was the one like, oh my god, you lost your mind.
My most memorable hit, one that pops into my head immediately is so my son Logan, which is now 10 years old, he created a board game. Just took a piece of paper, kind of like Chutes and Ladders in a way, and we're playing the board game, and he lands on a spot that says open a Pokemon pack. And at this point, I had just like a pile of Pokemon product that would be open one day, and he went up to it and he grabbed an Evolving Skies pack, and I was like, well, hey, we record everything we open. Let me record you. Nice. So I'm like standing over his shoulder like this with with my cell phone camera recording him, and he pulled Rayquaza V alternate artwork.
Oh my gosh.
Man.
That's awesome.
I was like, wow. So yeah, that one immediately pops up in my head.
Oh, that's such a good one too.
For me, one that I would remember the most, and anyone that's been watching my channel for a while, they've seen this video, and I gotta kind of call myself out for it on a second, is I like to open up a lot of stuff in nature. And so we took the jet ski out to an island, and I brought some packs with me, and I was like, I'm going to open up a pack. So I'm opening up this pack, and as I'm opening it, some lady pulls up in a boat in front of me and says, can I park here? And I'm not used to like being in public with my camera yet. I'm not used to distractions. Like everything has to be perfect, right? And hey, new YouTubers, nothing's perfect. Don't worry about it. Just go with the flow. Yeah. But anyway, so this lady, like, I mentally shut down. I was like, oh my God, I'm recording. I'm halfway through flipping the cards, and this lady says this. So she drives off. She doesn't even park. I said, yes, yeah, you can park here. And she doesn't. She drives off. I'm like, okay. So I'm kind of like done recording mentally, and I flip back, and it was my first rainbow card ever.
Oh, nice.
And I'm like, oh my God. So what I did was I put the cards back in the pack, and I reopened it on camera like I didn't know what was going to happen. But it's still real.
Yeah.
It's still, it happened.
So, but I was just talking about someone doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and ever since that moment, a small part of me, there's some bigger YouTubers that are really, really big. I won't say their name, and they'll pull a card that they've been chasing for a while, and I'm like, did you put that in there?
Right, gosh. Sometimes,
And I
yeah, it
will
looks like
admit,
it.
100%, I do not do that. I do not reseal my
Oh
packs. I
no,
really
no.
pulled it. I just kind of like put it back in for a
Yeah,
second,
no.
for
One
like
of one
five
of the
seconds.
guys, he recorded, I guess, part of his booster box, but he recorded it on his phone upside down. And I don't know why
Ah,
he didn't just rotate the video after, but then instead he kind
yeah.
of just put them all back in the packs and then re-recorded it and told
He
everybody.
panicked.
But he kind of panicked, so I was just like, that's kind of funny. I'm like, he probably could have just rotated the video and after.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it was
Yeah,
kind of
because
funny. But I was telling Rick about it.
the editing tools are great because I've done it a couple times where my camera recorded sideways for some reason, and
Yeah,
my editing tool will straighten that out for me.
yeah,
So
pretty quickly.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was kind of the only question. I mean, I had the other ones, but Rick asked them. But yeah, because we already talked about it before ahead of time. But yeah.
yeah, well, I guess let me ask you guys, like, what is the future? What do you see? Let's say 1 year from today. Where are you?
I have a little bit opposite of the mindset of yours. For me, it's really just a hobby that I like to do in my free time because I haven't really thought of it as a money making thing. I would hope it would be something like that, maybe get my packs paid for themselves type deal. But in my mind, it's more of a hobby and just enjoying the journey and having people be on that journey with me.
Well, it's a very successful hobby because you guys are over 2,000 subscribers at this point, which is absolutely amazing. I feel small. I think I checked 840.
No, that's
And
awesome, man.
man, I know it feels small. It's such a hard spot. And I know you guys can appreciate that. Like
Mm.
one day it's like, oh man, look how big I am. And then it's like, oh, but look how small I am. And
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah, I was literally after his first 100 subscribers, I was like, "Oh my gosh, 100 people!"
yeah.
And then yeah, you start
Yeah.
watching the bigger channels, and you're just like, "Oh, okay." But you can't keep yourself in that mindset.
Everyone grows at their own pace, basically. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
we all
the
got to
way
find our thing.
exactly. I mean, who knows? One day I was watching one guy who streams Fortnite, and he was talking about his success, and he was talking about when he first hit 1,000 subscribers, and then 2,000, and now he has, I think, 8 million.
Oh
And I'm
wow.
like, man, look at this guy talking about being at 1,000 and 2,000, and he's grown to this. Like,
Mhm.
it's amazing, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So, yeah, I mean,
Trust me,
Rick's kind of the
there's
main collector behind the whole channel, but I just kind of fell in love with the production side of it, the audio, the video, and I just want to help other people build channel like their own kind of channels and podcasts and stuff. So that's my main goal
yeah,
behind it.
the editing is a lot. I do everything myself. I'm self-taught on everything. I didn't know any of it. I'm not a camera person. Like if
Yeah.
you look back, like my high school and to a kid, I'm not in any pictures. I don't like being on camera. I don't like crowds. I don't like talking in public. Like there's so much I had to overcome.
That's
I don't know
awesome.
why I don't know why I decided that this was the answer.
But it works like that. You wouldn't. I
It just
wouldn't think.
oh, can you hear me now?
Oh, there we
Yeah,
go,
for
there we
some
go.
reason we lost you for a second, so I kind of muted and unmuted, and that
Okay.
seemed to brought you back. So
Super weird.
Yeah.
So sorry about that. Yeah, we lost like the last minute of you talking right there.
So what I was saying, I'll kind of start over from it. Oh, talking about being pushy, and I remember when I did my first recording at a card store. It was Trainer Jay's in Conway, Arkansas. Awesome person, Justin. He's still doing it. And anyways, I reached out to him and acted like I was this big professional, not like acting on person. I just had the mentality, and I was like, hey, I have this growing YouTube channel. I go to local card shops. I do a recording. I open up 5 packs in their store. Are you interested? And he's like, yeah. So I go to Conway, Arkansas, and I meet up with him. He's at the door. His shop was actually closed at the time, so he was just opening the door for me to record this, which was nice since we didn't have customers coming in. And I was like, okay, cool. This is what you're gonna do. When I walk up to the door, you're gonna open the door. You're gonna say, "Welcome to Trainer Jay's." I'm gonna walk through. I'm gonna record some things. You're gonna stand here. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. And he just listened. I kind of like took control of the whole thing. And so we do it. And then I set up my tripods for the opening and the cameras. I'm like, all right, you stand here. I'm going to ask you some questions about your shop and you and this and that. And I'm just going to open up some stuff. And so it's so funny because, you know, my voice goes all calm, like, oh, hey, Justin, yeah, let's, so this is what we're going to do. And then the camera turns on. I'm like, all right, guys, Jared here with five. And he's like, what the heck is going on? You know, like I just like
flip the switch in my head. Yeah. That's
so
funny.
The video is one of my favorite videos. I think it came out beautifully. And so I was talking to Justin like after the fact, like whether it be a month down the road or something like that. And I loosely was like, yeah, I've only been doing this for like 4 months. He's like, 4 months? Like, he's like, the way you came in and took control, I thought you've been doing this for years. And I'm like, nah. No.
Yeah, man.
Knew what you wanted, right?
Yeah, you gotta be.
I've kind of learned that, you know, like if you really want something, like not in a bad way, like I wasn't aggressive with you, like are we doing, like I wasn't mean. I was just keeping a little bit of pressure, like I really hope we do this because I really, really wanted it. I knew this was a great idea. I knew it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, I didn't care what you thought. I just knew that I knew it was going to be a lot of fun, and I was like, "We got to do this."
Yeah.
Oh, I was bugging Rick too. Believe me, I was just like,
yeah. As soon as I told Matt, I was like, "Hey, how's your schedule looking?" He's like, "Hey, next few days I'm open." I was like, "Hey, all right, we're good to go."
It's pretty cool. So I'm gonna start editing and stuff tonight. So it'll be fun.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the new Astral Radiance set, or do you want to kind of like keep it where it's at?
No, let's talk a little bit about Astral Radiance.
Yeah, definitely.
What's your chase card for that set?
So, I have two things in my head, and part of it is the much further down the road journey of when I open a store / Pokemon museum kind of a thing, because it will represent the journey of 5-pack magic. With Brilliant Stars, I wanted all the Charizards of Brilliant Stars, which, you know, there's 5 of them. The V,
Yeah.
the V Star, the Rainbow, the alternate artwork, and something else. I'm missing something in my head. Oh, the full art, right? And all 3 golden legendary birds. So coming into Astral Radiance, I saw the same situation. So I want all the Machamps of Astral Radiance, which there's 5 of them. And I want all 3 legendary birds again, which there are trainer gallery cards.
Nice.
Okay.
Those are the 2 things that pop up in my head because I am at this moment not successful with the Brilliant Stars mission. That might change depending on when this gets aired. But what I want to do is when I get it, I'm going to frame it up beautifully. You know, maybe like with the Charizards, there'll be like fire in the background and it's going to be framed up real pretty. It's going to hang up on a wall.
Nice.
With Machamp, it might be the same thing. It might be like rocks or fighting or like a dojo. I don't know. I'll come up with something really cool. But I want them to frame it. And yeah, this will just kind of like visually document the journey of 5-pack magic and the collecting, and hopefully one day I'll have a card shop that it's hanging up in, and friends of the channel can walk into the card shop and be like, oh man, I remember when he pulled that card. I remember when he that, and
cool.
that would just be
I know you
amazing.
pulled your Rainbow Charizard out of Pokemon Center Elite, right? Exclusive.
The alternate artwork one I did.
Yeah. Alt art, yeah.
Yep. The Charizard alt art. I think it was the first Brilliant Stars product I even opened. It was a Pokemon Center ETB, first thing I ever opened, and then all of a sudden I shut down on camera. Like I mentally like people freak out, they yell, they throw the table. I like shut down like, oh my god.
Oh, that just happened.
I was angry both times that I pulled it. I pulled it twice, and it was both off camera.
Oh yeah, it's so funny.
Oh, You record.
Right?
I know.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I tell him now. Every time he's just like, I'm just gonna open this pack. I'm like, just record it because you know what happens every time.
Every time I've pulled quite a few good cards that I don't know why I did it.
Do you what do you do for like cameras? Like what kind of cameras do you use?
So it depends. Like right now we're using 2 DSLRs for the local copies, and for the web we're using a phone and then just a laptop.
Okay.
But yeah, you record off of your iPad.
Yeah, usually my hand recording stuff is with my iPad. So any pre-recorded videos, it's recorded with my iPad.
I think that would be that's a good segue into another thing I would say for anyone that wants to start up their own YouTube channel. I do everything with cell phones still to this day. Honestly, maybe I'm a little nervous about learning new technology because, man, every time you open up that new thing, it's just everything you got to learn over again. But my cell phone, I do. My old cell phone, which is just backup camera recording us. That's an old cell phone that's actually broken. The screen is cracked on it pretty bad. And that is my face cam when I do my recordings. And then my brand new phone is my card cam, since it has the best quality camera. That's the same camera I use when I do my card hunting videos. So it's kind of stuff that I had laying around. So if anybody wanted to do it, just take your cell phone and do it.
Yeah, there's literally podcasts that are just run off straight just cell phones and iPads or whatever they got lying around, and they make it work. The only reason I just went on is I obsess over just things, and I wanted to just get better and better and better, so I like slowly started investing in these cameras. But it was like this is like 2 years of me just investing into this equipment, so it definitely takes time.
Yep.
So, but you can have an amazing channel with just your cell phone, honestly.
Yeah, I definitely I would love to get into like higher quality also, because that's everybody's dream. But you don't have to in the beginning, I'm 1 year into it. I'm still running off a cell phone.
Yeah.
And I do all my editing on my cell phone too. I actually have an editing program on my computer, but what takes me probably 20 minutes to edit on my phone takes me an hour to do on the computer.
Oh, okay.
It's just more easier. It's easier on the phone.
Yeah, because there's so many options on the computer, and you end up having to do an extra couple clicks just to confirm something. With my cell phone, there's such limited options that I'm able to do it pretty quick. I can't do anything crazy for editing, but it's given the look I'm really happy with, because I moved over and I was like, oh, I got to get bigger and better, and I bought an editing program for my computer. I was uploading my videos to the computer, and I got all the tracks laid out, and I spent days learning the program, watching YouTube videos. I did everything, and I'm doing it, and I'm like, this is taking me forever. Like, I just wasn't happy doing it. So yeah, I edit from my cell phone, everything.
Nice. That's pretty cool. I find myself editing from my phone sometimes too for like one of my other channels. It just feels more natural. I don't know, just being able to touch the screen and kind of move everything around, it just feels better. And then like when I'm stuck with Premiere Pro with my mouse, I kind of struggle like, how do I do that? That I can usually just do with my fingers. So I know what you mean by it,
yeah.
It's still just, there's so much stuff I need to learn about Premiere and just about these DSLRs. And so yeah, it's just unlimited information. It's kind of crazy. A little overwhelming, but...
Yeah, there's a lot to learn. I'll see TikTok sometimes of somebody showing some editing trick, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to know that.
Yeah.
And they'll explain it, and like as soon as the video's over, I lost it. I was like, I don't know.
Some of these kids are just so good at the editing. They grew up with this stuff since they were like little kids, and it just comes natural to them. It's pretty wild, and I don't know. I mean,
I was just talking to someone that I had the skill of Photoshop back when before there was just an app to do most of these skills. I was like, I could, patch up a photo that had holes in it or it was, torn. I could remaster it and, fill in the empty spots and stuff like that. Now there's just an app that you just click on it and you're done. And I was like, that skill that I have is kind of
obsolete.
It's an obsolete skill. There's an app that can do it.
A little bit, but no, it's that.
Yeah.
That knowledge is always nice to have.
Yep, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, man.
We did ask a lot of questions about like the YouTube channel and things like that, and we asked like one or two about collecting. I wouldn't mind talking more about like my collection.
So what do you got back there that is sealed product, or are you not a sealed collector?
That's a sensitive subject. So when I started my YouTube channel, I was like exclusively a sealed collector. I had storage totes full of sealed product. I absolutely loved it. I was just fascinated by it. And then as the YouTube channel was going, I needed to open stuff. And so, I'm grabbing from this tote, I'm grabbing, Shining Fates ETBs and Battle Styles and Chilling Rain and whatever else was going on at the time. And it got to the point where new product was coming out. And I would grab two of everything, one for my sealed collection and one to open on the channel. Yeah. And then just kind of reality started kicking in eventually, like, man, you're spending a lot of money. You got to make a decision. Are you a sealed collector or are you a YouTuber? So I do have some stuff, and we'll see if the camera can pick things up. It'll actually be even more so back there, but let's see here. We got, can you see the top shelf even? Here, I'll tilt you even further up. Stuff. All right. So we got Funko Pops. We got, so what we got? Limited edition flocks. I got diamonds up there. I like the rare stuff. I don't like the common one. I want the diamond in the flock. We got gold Burger King, Mewtwo over there to the far left, which you can almost see. There it is. Yep. So we got gold Mewtwo. We got sealed. Yeah, those are, I think they're sealed. Yep, they're sealed. I don't know if I was like, we got to open them. I just found my Mewtwo vs. Mew VHS, and I was like, let's put that up in the display.
Heck yeah.
Because I can't open that up.
Yeah.
I try to make things like grouped, like that's the Mew and Mewtwo group. We got the Battle Styles group. We got the Chilling Rain group. The
Pikachu one like, next to that.
Yep, and they all kind of like mean something to me in a way. They're just kind of like marks of the YouTube journey. One thing that I got here that I'm excited for is, you probably can't hear me. Just let me get back over here. All right, so when I hit 500 subscribers, I opened a Zacian V ETB that I bought off the shelf when I first started my channel, and it sat in my sealed collection. So this guy, which has a lot of dust on it, is going to be for when I hit 1,000 subscribers. This is kind of like me popping champagne. I've never opened one of these up before. So that will be my treat to myself when I hit 1,000 subscribers. There is a guy in Arkansas, Dennis, which, he's a huge supporter of the channel and he does his own thing. There's some gifts from him in here that I just will never let go of. Like if we go back to Mew, sorry, I'm all over the place, that Unified Mind seal box up there. Yep. That was a gift to me when I moved. He gave it to me. So that will never be opened up. He gave me the Squirtle Diamond Funko Pop up at the top there. Let's go up.
Oh, nice.
There it is. Yeah, so Diamond Edition, I don't even know how much it goes for it. $30 to $50, something like that. Oh, nice. That was a gift from him as well when I moved. He was at a con. He rents out a table and sells Funko Pops, and it was kind of like my last time seeing him, before I left, and so that was a gift from him. These Hidden Fates tins right here. So when Hidden Fates hit a restock, I was working down the street and he called me up and he's like, "Hey, Target just got stocked with Hidden Fates. Come on down." And so, that was really cool. I showed down and I was like 3 minutes down the road. And so I was able to buy Raichu and Gyarados. They didn't have any Charizards. And then we ended up making a trade and he gave me Charizard in that trade. So
nice.
Can't open any of those up. They mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
Oh, just little memories all along the way in here, and pretty cool.
Nice.
I'm glad that I can finally display it. This is another cool one, and hopefully he is watching this episode. But there is a young collector. His name is Wyatt, and Evolution's Charizard down there. He traded that with me, so he reached out to me on Instagram. And he was like, "Hey, I'm a huge fan of your channel." Oh, sorry, I'm distracted. I see graded cards over there. I forgot I had. I was like, "Oh, what are those?" That's the problem with having so much stuff. You're like, you turn the corner sometimes. You're like, "Oh, I forgot I had that."
Yeah.
But anyways, he reached out to me. And he's like, "Hey, I'm a huge fan of your channel. Would you mind signing something for me?" And that was like my first like celebrity moment. I'm like, "Yeah." Of course I will. And then I was like, then reality kicked in, and I was like, "How old are you?" And I think he's like 13. And I was like, "All right, go tell your parents right now." I think I worded it in like a PC way, and I was like, go tell whoever that you're talking to me, and show them these conversations. Like, let them know, that they're cool with you talking to somebody, and if they are cool, there's a local card shop. He lived in my town, is what it is too, and he's like, "Hey, I'm local. I've seen you card shop. You've done a card hunting video at a store that I go to, and can we meet up and you sign something?" And I was like, as long as your parents are okay with it, I am. And he's like, "Yeah, they're okay with it." I was like, "Okay, well, your parent and you, we can meet at this time." And so he brought. Yeah, I know.
No,
I hate to like be like that, but you have to these days.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's all understandable. I wasn't trying to be mean or rude. I was trying to be
No,
proper.
definitely.
And so he showed up with all of his stuff, and I showed up with all my rainbows, gold cards, alternate artworks, and graded cards in this like case. And I just let him look at it like crazy. Go ahead, enjoy, look at it. And then I see in his personal collection, he's got this Charizard, which I've been on a hunt for this thing forever, opening Evolutions packs as I can and not being successful. And I was like, "Hey, I'll trade you for that Charizard," thinking he's going to say no. And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Okay."
That's awesome.
So anyway, so we made sure it was super fair. I think I gave him a little bit more value than what this was worth, because I just wanted to make sure he wasn't like, "Oh my God, 5-Pack Magic scammed me when I was a kid," like, no. He made it out good on the deal, but nice. I appreciate it, Wyatt, for my first ever big Charizard card.
Awesome.
Super cool.
Nice.
Cool. Shout out to Wyatt.
Yeah, definitely. It's making a 36-year-old man's dream come true.
Right? Oh, believe me, that card, I love it. So nostalgic.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing, is like I really love the trading, and you probably see me say I respond back to every single comment. I do make a personal rule for myself that I'm not allowed to respond within 24 hours. Might sound weird, but you can. I've gotten obsessed, and so I give myself a rule: 24 hours after a video has been released, I'm allowed to look at the comments and respond back to people. And but I think that's just a big part of it, is like, you're watching me, you want to be involved in these conversations, you want to be totally involved. And so, and I've kind of like had, I don't want to say like my feelings hurt, but I've commented on people, and I don't know if you've ever been in that position where you comment and you're like, "Oh, this was a great comment, they're gonna love it." And nothing. It's ghosted. And I'm like, I get so hurt. I'm like, that was a good comment. Like, why didn't you say something?
Yeah.
So
I feel you.
I know it gets harder the bigger you get. But my plans are, if I get absolutely huge where it's difficult, I will have one day a week dedicated, like work. It will be a 8-hour shift where I sit down and I just comment back to everybody. That's kind of my hopes. I want to hold true as long as I can to comment back to everything.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Kind of like Rick style, he comments back to everybody too.
Yeah, I respond to everyone. It sometimes it's kind of weird because I don't see some of the comments until I go into the YouTube Studio app. Like, it won't show up in notifications on the web page. It will show up though in YouTube Studio. So I have to make a conscious decision to check both every so often because there'll be like one or two that I didn't get a notification for.
Yep, I learned that the hard way too. Yep, that's true. Yeah, YouTube Studio. I use YouTube Studio now for comments, and it'll be filtered in a way that, like, comments you haven't responded to yet.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then once you respond, they disappear. But then you have to go into YouTube itself to look at replies and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
The one that I'm getting messed up on is like on Instagram when somebody sends me a new message and I've never talked to them before. It's like this little mark in the side that says message request, and I never notice it. And like days will go by and I'm like, oh crap, how long has that been?
Someone tried to message.
Yeah, that took me like probably years in Instagram to realize that was there, and I clicked it, and it was like maybe like one or two messages, but I was like, oh, I did not realize that those were there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm on everything, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I try to treat them all a little different. TikTok is just what crazy nonsense comes to my head. There was the trend. Did you see I don't know if you're ever on TikTok. If you're not, that's probably the best decision ever.
I'll get on it sometimes.
There's a TikTok where they would take the light and there was the Infinity song and the light would come out and it was dark.
Yeah.
So I did that TikTok with the starter 3, and I had 3 Pokeballs lined up as the light was coming out, and then it shifted to all 3 Pokemon. Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle.
Nice.
And dude, I was so proud of that video. I was like, this is awesome.
Bro, this is going to go viral for sure.
Got like 30 views.
Yeah, I'm just like, it's crazy. It's crazy the stuff that'll go viral. You're just like, that did? Yo, but
I did go a little viral. On a TikTok video.
Really?
So, yep. It is at 480,000 views. I don't know if that's technically viral, but that's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah.
$500,000. It's crazy.
So I like to do artwork as well, which is where Instagram gets a lot of my pictures of my artwork. But I like to do artwork as well. And I was messing around with 3D cards, layering 10 cards, cutting out different spaces. I don't think I have any here. I think they're all at my house. Yeah, I don't have any here. But anyways, I did one where I took base set Sword and Shield, Hitmonchan, and Hitmonlee, and I layered them in a way that looked like they were fighting. And cool. Yeah, that's the video that hit 480,000 views. But man, that was an addiction. Seeing my phone, and I have everything muted now because I can't. But like TikTok, I like wake up one day and there's like 200 alerts, or 99 plus, I think is the way it is on TikTok. It's 99 plus. And I'm like, what is this? And I open up the app. It's like, you have 200 alerts. I'm like, what is this? This is cool. And like every hour I was getting like another 100 things. And I was like, this is so awesome. And yeah, I can see why people get addicted to that and want to TikTok and things. But
chase the next viral video. Yeah.
TikTok is evil. I know. I hate to say it and be the bad guy, but I'm really only on there to drive people to my YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's what I told Rick to do. I was just like, just get on there and just promote your YouTube.
Yep, exactly. And And internet. So the way I do things is, Facebook is my storytelling. I'll try to do a lot of conversations on there. I'm not good at it, but my hopes is I can have little conversations, tell little stories when new videos come out. I'll talk about this on there, this experience and things like that. So that's like my storytelling platform. And then Instagram is kind of like my artwork. Like I can post pictures of all these different things. I'm actually working on a big artwork piece for Trainer Jays for Justin and Conway that I'm really, really excited to finish, but I'm taking my time because I want to make sure it comes out perfect, and I'll post that picture there. And then YouTube is my number one platform. Like that's the one I'm 100% dedicated to, even if like I'm probably so blindsided that like even if Instagram was like, "Hey, we'll start paying you," I'm like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm with YouTube."
I know, I'm a diehard YouTuber too.
Yeah, I don't know what the best platform is, but for some reason I picked YouTube, and that's where I'm at.
Yeah, that's where I started, and I think that's where I like to focus myself as well.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Yeah. If you guys want to finish it there for now, that's cool. And then
We'll definitely do another part where we can probably, focus
follow
a
up
little more
and
on,
maybe have a specific subject.
questions.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Like I said, if this is a good thing and you guys, you're like, hey, we're really in the mood to talk about blah, blah, blah. Do you want to do a video? Just
that'd be
text
great.
me.
Heck yeah. That'd be awesome.
Perfect.
Give you a little heads up so you can get to your studio and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Well, appreciate it, Jared, man. This was awesome. It's great talking to you. Great to meet you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I really appreciate this. It's been great being on here, and it's a lot of fun. You guys are awesome.
Appreciate it.
It was great to have you. Yeah, I think this has all been positive, and I hope that other people will reach out and want to be a part of this.
I think so.
I don't see why they wouldn't.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for being here. TCG Battles, having 5-pack magic, and we'll catch you guys at the next one.
Peace out, guys.
See you guys later.
One last thing I forgot to tell you guys. If you guys want to be a part of one of these videos or have an idea to do with us, please reach out. Links in the description, and I'll catch you guys at the next one.